Hello and welcome to another podcast. We are, of course, M&H Consultants, M being Anita on my right here, Menon, and Ron Howard, I'm the H. We have a very special guest today, and because of him, I'm wearing a T-shirt to make myself look a lot younger.
It's working.
This is one of our younger guests, isn't it?
Yeah, quite young.
But before we introduce you, I need to ask Anita, what's for breakfast?
Sure.
So, to our guest, welcome,
Thank
and to our audience, you know that this podcast is called Breakfast Banter, and for every podcast that we shoot, we always have breakfast from different restaurants all over in Bahrain. But UApp has sponsored our podcast, and we're very thankful to UApp for that. And this breakfast is from New York Coffee, and they're based in Adlia, and we've ordered it out of UApp. So if you have not downloaded UApp yet, I would sincerely tell you to do so because they are really, really efficient. Their customer service is the best, and we can start our podcast now.
Right, and don't forget, New York Coffee does also sell tea,
Oh, yes.
which me and our guest are drinking.
Yeah.
Anyway, who is our guest? Let me see if I can say it properly. Ali Shaer.
Yeah.
Is that close enough?
Yeah, it's good. It's
Okay.
good.
You can see he's a very young man. He is the co-founder of Unipal, which, by the sounds of it, of course, must be something to do with university students. So we have something in common since I do some work at a university. Anyway, please introduce yourself, Ali. Tell us a little bit about you and what's brought you here today.
So my name is Ali Shaer, as you stated. I am the co-founder of Unipal. Just to give you a bit of a backstory, I studied in the UK for 4 years, and I think that was the main reason which led us to creating Unipal, because once we studied there, we saw exactly how differently the student is treated. We saw all the benefits, all the discounts. Everywhere we went out, the shops and places held us in high regard.
Okay.
Even just visiting our friends using the train, we had a discount. So when we came back and we saw this sort of thinking wasn't really in Bahrain or the region, we wanted to change that. We wanted to let the student here feel valued. And yeah, that led to Unipal.
So it's basically a discount app for students.
Yeah, basically,
Is it
yes.
full-time students?
Yeah, yes.
Right,
With some
well, I
exceptions here
can
and
only
there.
hope that the students I teach have downloaded it.
It's
and
completely
it-
free, so
yes,
nothing
yes.
to lose.
Well, this week I will ask them if they have and
Sure.
make sure that they do. But your own brother apparently could do some marketing in that respect because I understand he's in the same university as me.
Yeah, he's been asking me to pay him since he's been telling all his friends to download
Like a
the
brand
app.
That's a
ambassador.
good point because
Yeah.
maybe I was about to also.
Oh, okay. Would you like a salary as well?
Okay, he's
That's,
considering.
Yeah, well, you're offering, yeah. So how long has the brand been in Bahrain?
Unipal, we launched our app 2020, so
Is
going-
it made here in Bahrain? Did you make the app here in Bahrain?
yeah.
Okay.
Just full Bahraini team.
Okay.
We developed it. Our
Okay.
current CTO Fadl is the one who made the app. He's part of the team.
And who is that?
He's our CTO, the head of IT.
Yeah.
So he used to work at another IT
Okay.
company. And
Okay.
He's got a lot of experience, like
Yeah.
7-8 years. And when we saw his value, we recruited him to join our company.
Excellent. You're saying we, so I would like to know about your other co-founder
Okay.
because I think both of you are instrumental in bringing this brand and giving it the power that it has today among the student, community.
Yeah.
So who is the other co-founder? How did you guys meet? What is the story?
Yeah, so the other co-founder is my friend Ali Al-Alawi. I've known him since we were kids. What can I say? Do I need to give his entire backstory? Or
No, just that. What does he bring to the table, and what do you bring to the
So while he was in the UK, he took advantage of discounts, let's say, more than anyone I have ever seen in my life. So just to
That's
give an
nice.
example, he's written 2 booklets about how to save money in the UK. This is before Unipal. This is
Okay.
while he was in the UK studying. He used to get like so many free boxes from Amazon
Okay.
just for reviewing. It's like he found a hack. Once he reaches a certain level of a review, like a reviewer level, I
Yes,
don't know how to
yes.
explain it. Amazon contact him directly and send him free boxes
Okay.
just so that he can review them and raise the score of that product.
That's excellent.
So yeah, he found so many life hacks, and like even whenever we want to travel, our group of friends, he's the one doing all the bookings since he knows all the tricks here and there, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, he's got a very high level understanding of discounts and benefits. And
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, everybody likes freebies, don't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a student, you need it the most because you're obviously trying to save money on being a student and also having a nice time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the normal person, they just scratch the surface level.
Right.
He goes really deep into it, and he's just trying to bring everyone down here with him as well
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, there are some people who have a knack for doing that,
Exactly,
getting
yeah.
the best out of that situation.
Yes.
So, what do you bring to the table for Unipal?
Finance guy.
Finance. Yeah.
Right?
So, you're the operations and finance?
Yes, that's my role.
Okay.
And my bubbly personality. To keep everyone in line.
Why?
Nice. Excellent.
Yeah, that's a good one. That, yeah.
Thank you.
So, give us an idea of how many students there are. I mean, you started in 2020. It must have been an upward trajectory, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, last time I checked, maybe between 22 to 25,000 students have registered.
Okay.
How many students are there in Bahrain?
In Bahrain, there's 50,000, let's
Oh.
say. So we have 40%.
Okay,
40% of the market,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
And this is only colleges. You're
Only
not,
universities,
yeah.
yes. Some training institutes as well, any
Okay.
form of higher education. So even if you're studying master's or PhD,
You are eligible.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not lecturers?
If you take one of your lectures, we might give you an account. Why
Okay.
not?
So, how much on average? I know that all students buy different things, but how much am I looking at saving on average in a year?
Okay, so just to give you an example, in 2022, this year so far, students have saved around 45,000 BD across.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we've generated businesses more than 150,000 BD.
That's
Just because students are
quite
doing
a number, actually.
Yeah.
Just coming from students.
it. Yeah, alhamdulillah, it's nice to see these numbers to quantify exactly how much you're helping students. So that's always a motivating factor.
That's
for
really
us.
cool.
Yeah.
So, Ron, you have to really advocate for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I'll make sure they watch this podcast.
Yes.
So now you're going to the next level because you've partnered with Tenmu, is it?
Yeah.
Am I saying it correctly?
10 more. Yeah.
The Bahrain Angel Investor
Yes.
Network. And you have an investor from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the next stage?
So Tenmu actually were one of our first partners when
Right.
we were early on, and they've just gone with follow-on funding,
Okay.
So they joined us much earlier.
Okay.
And now our next plans is basically to expand into Saudi,
Okay.
because whenever we speak to any of our friends that are founders, business owners, all of them say the exact same thing: go to Riyadh. Why are you here? Immediately. Go.
Yeah.
All
Because
the money's
the
there.
scale is different.
Exactly, yeah. And just to, as I said, we had 50,000 students in Bahrain. They have that. They have 80,000 students in one university.
Oh, well, I was
in
going to
Saudi.
ask you that.
Wow.
Do
Yeah.
you know the number of students in Saudi? Must be hundreds
My
of
memory is
thousands.
terrible, but it's either 1 or 2 million.
Oh, it's more than
That's
that.
a lot.
That's Riyadh. So,
Only.
yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that's where we're starting.
Huge
and
scope.
Hopefully, we can expand into other areas.
Right.
But yeah, that's the big project we're excited about right now.
So when you approached, Tenmo approached you, or you approached them? What was the
Uh,
process?
we approached them.
And you did a pitch to them, and
Yeah,
yeah.
just
So
standard startup stuff.
As
you
you're
know?
the
Give me
operations
money,
guy,
please.
so
Yeah.
you're a co-founder that does the marketing.
He's sort of the managing director. He does everything. He's managing everyone, and one of his main jobs is to find investors
okay,
to help keep our business running.
nice.
So yeah.
So what was the game changer then? You opened or you started the app. When did you take off?
Uh, so I think the main thing for us, yeah, we're always evolving, growth, but the main key for us was hiring the right people. By far, if you have the right team around you, you're
Yeah.
going to grow so much,
Hmm.
so fast that our problems now are, alhamdulillah, how are we going to handle
The
this?
growth.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're looking at right now, alhamdulillah. But yeah, it's all about who you surround yourself with, the team you build.
And how did you find the right kind of people? Are they people from your network, or they're just friends who joined you because they believed in your concept?
We do collaborations with certain companies, and as you know, we speak to a lot of startups. So it's all about headhunting, knowing exactly where to go, where to look, and then convincing them to join.
Now I'm going to ask a question, and it's on a subject we always argue about.
Okay.
How do you motivate your employees? Maybe a difficult question
that's
to
what
answer
I'm-
quickly.
I'm trying to learn that. It's relatively new. I'm not an expert on that, but for us, it's always been the more success we have, the more they themselves see the company is growing, the more they're motivated to keep. Because with us, if the company grows, each individual grows with us as well. So yeah, that's the biggest motivator, I'd say. They're really passionate about helping the students and helping Unipal grow.
Are they mainly young like you? Or
Yeah, we're all around the same age. We have some people still in university. So,
Okay.
yeah, interns as well. So, yeah.
well, I can provide you with some interns. if
I'd
you
love
need.
that. Yeah, we are looking for interns. We'd love some interns. Yes. The entire team is begging for some.
And it's not just for finance, business,
Yeah.
marketing,
Yes. In all aspects, we need interns.
even
everywhere.
your own brother, cybersecurity.
Yeah, but he wants me to pay him.
Oh, yeah. That's the strange thing about people working for you, isn't it? They always want
Unfortunately,
to be paid.
Unfortunately.
It's a bad habit, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how many member team is it that you have right now?
Full time, as of today, 7. Soon it will be 8.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have 3-4 interns.
Okay.
So yeah.
And then when you move to Saudi, you'll have an entirely different setup there with team and all
Yes.
in Riyadh.
Yeah, we're going to be relocating some of the team there. It's
Okay.
going to be a back and forth. Once we fully understand the market, then we'll be able to make a decision. Okay, you need to stay there. You need to stay here. We need to hire this person for that area. We're
Yeah.
still relatively new. We've just started going into it. So.
And when do you reckon that you'll actually start operations in Saudi?
I mean, we're in the process of creating a CR now. So
Okay.
we're looking for an apartment to rent. So very early stages, but we're talking to investors there. We're talking to cafes and shops there. We've started the first step. Let's say.
Merchant acquisition.
Yeah, our first leg is there. But yeah,
And how many merchants have you onboarded here in Bahrain at the moment?
currently live more than 200 merchants around Bahrain providing discounts.
Okay.
And soon we'll have more than 150,000 merchants due to our partnership with ISIC, the International Student Card.
Okay.
Yeah, so students will be able to get discounts all around the world just by having the Unipal ID, the
Oh, how
premium
nice.
version.
Oh, that's very useful.
Yeah.
And you think the future is always with students?
Of course. I mean, they're the ones that are coming up and will determine what the
Eventually become
future is.
spenders. Yes.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. And that's where something a lot of shops don't understand, let's say, here in Bahrain, is this is your ideal customer. Because once you capture a student when they're first getting their monthly earning or whatever, that's where you form loyal customers. You know, for example, banks, only 4 or 5% of people change from their initial bank, the one they create when they're young.
Yeah.
So this is the best time to capture new customers. I know we're trying to, let's say, enlighten the shops around us and hopefully in Saudi, you know.
Okay. And is there anybody like your app in the region at all, or you're the only one at the moment?
I mean, the close ones you can see are like Entertainer, Saver, you know, just the standard discount
But
apps.
that's for everyone.
Yeah, but for students, it was ISIC, the International Student Identity Card. They
Okay.
came to Bahrain,
Okay.
and instead of fighting each other, we decided to partner up together.
Yeah,
And,
makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so you're an entrepreneur, a very young entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Although I don't think there's a time limit on it.
yeah,
No, not anymore.
yeah, no, definitely.
So,
Yeah.
what give us your advice, please, on how to start a business straight out of university?
Oh, it wasn't straight.
Oh,
out
it
of
wasn't?
Yeah, no. So that's part of the advice. So advice, you know, I've only done it once, so I'm not an expert. How to start a business?
No,
Well,
but
your
you're a
business
success,
is running.
so
You got funding, so yeah.
Yeah,
you want to
alhamdulillah.
learn from
Okay,
success.
so I'll just share my personal experience then. So first of all, you need motivation because you're not going to be paid for a very long time. So you need something to keep you running. For me, I had an amazing job in the government, which would have set me long term.
Yeah.
But me personally, that wasn't what I wanted out of life. And it's a bit of a strange reason, but the main reason I wanted to start a business was not to use alarm clocks. I hate them with a passion. I never want to use an alarm clock in my life. And I do wake up now, but it's like I get my wife to wake me up. I never want to hear an alarm clock. When I was working, I had to wake up really early. So that was my main motivation, as stupid as that may sound.
It's a strange motivation.
Yeah,
It is
alarm
certainly.
clocks. Yeah.
Or a different
Yeah.
motivation.
So while I was working, me and my friend Ali were looking into what sort of businesses we can make. And while we were doing that, we both started saving. We didn't spend, you know, whatever monthly income we got from our jobs, we just started saving it, putting it in the bank, preparing for when we do start a business. Then we got the idea, Ali got the idea for Unipal. We worked on it, did our market research, saw if there are any gaps in the region. And once we saw there might be a chance, you know, this could be something that works. We applied to accelerators, Flat 6
Here?
Labs. Yes,
Okay.
yes, Flat 6 Labs in Bahrain.
Okay.
And out of like 500 applicants, we were selected as, out of 508 were selected to join the accelerator. And the first thing they tell you is, if you're serious about this, if you want our funding, you need to be working at this full time. So
So you
yeah.
had to quit.
we,
Well, that's
we
fair
didn't
enough,
had
isn't
to, but we were strongly advised to quit, let's say.
Okay.
And for
But
me,
it makes sense, isn't it?
yeah. So for me, that was one of the hardest things I've ever done, you know, because in my parents' eyes, it was like, this is the set future. You're good to go. This is government job, good paying, that's it, you know. So just handing in that resignation letter was one of the, not frightening, but I was the most nervous
Yeah.
I've ever
Courageous, I
been.
think.
You could say that. And as soon as I handed in that letter, it was the most relief I've ever felt in my life. Just 1 second later, after I handed in the letter.
Wow.
So yeah, we had to quit our jobs, and yeah.
Was it really that you faced a lot of resistance in the beginning from your family, and did
Not really huge resistance. There were concerns, of course, but you know, I because I had saved a good amount of money. For me personally, I wasn't too worried because I was like, okay, I have like 2 or 3 years to try and fail this. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. I'll find another job. You know,
Okay.
There's no use stressing over this.
So you're not looking for another job at
right
the
now.
moment?
No, why would I?
No.
I love my job. Yeah.
Nice.
So what's in store for you going forward then?
For you and for Unipal.
Yeah, so for Unipal, it's Saudi, as I said. And for
Mhm.
me personally, not really sure. Just
Go
following
along where
Unipal. Yeah,
Unipal goes.
yeah, see
Yeah.
where it takes me.
So
Yeah.
there is no idea of starting another business or diversifying in any way.
For me, no, not really. I'm just fully focused on Unipal right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that's where
In
my focus
in
is.
in early on in your journey, when you started Unipal, did you get a lot of naysayers who said that, oh, this idea is not going to work? Did you face that, or everybody was always very, encouraging?
No, whenever we spoke to our target market, which is students, they were all so happy that we're doing this, you know?
So you
So that was really
spoke to the
encouraging.
right people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
anybody is happy to get
of course.
Discounts,
Of course.
yeah.
There were some resistances with the shops early on. A lot of rejections.
Mm.
So like we even tell our sales team, like if you can't handle rejections, this is not the right job for you.
Hmm.
Even with how alhamdulillah big Unipal is today, we still get a lot of no's.
Hmm.
Because they're not aware of how important the student is, like we discussed before, the customer loyalty. But once we signed with a few big brands, for example, one of our earliest ones was Doze Cafe. This is before we
Okay.
even had an app, before we had a website.
So you would know that his daughter was also at the university.
Doze,
Yes.
yeah, that's nice.
Yes,
to hear.
yes,
Hopefully
yes.
she's
She
her
qualified this year.
Yeah. So initially, what we did before our website, we contacted hundreds of merchants, and once we got 60 that signed, okay, once you launch your website, we'll join. That's when we launched our services as a website only.
60 merchants
60
onboarded
merchants,
first.
yeah, without
Okay.
without having a platform, anything, just
But it's a chicken and egg situation. The merchant would say, I need to know how many subscribers you have. And the subscribers would download and start
Yeah.
using the app only if there are decent
Exactly.
number of merchants on
Yeah.
it.
So
That is the hardest equation to manage.
yeah, so what we did and what we're planning on doing is going after the merchants first. Or like we don't have any users in the area right now.
Yeah.
We understand that.
Hmm.
So just sign an agreement that once we go live, you'll be with us. You don't have to pay anything in the beginning. Just you already do discounts. Just
Right.
give us one exclusive for us and see how that goes.
Right.
After we have the 60 merchants, then we can go to students. Hey, look at this website, 60 discounts. Just sign up for free. And yeah, so that's how we started in
So
This
when
is
did
where
the
we are
app
now.
come about?
2020. That
The app was in 2020.
Yeah,
and the
the-
website was before that.
2019.
Oh,
Yeah.
so then within a gap of 1 year.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah,
app.
a year or 6 months. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I think
It's a nice little niche, isn't it?
it is.
I think there should be an oldies app.
It's a great case study actually.
Don't you? Oldies app.
Oldies
They're
app
oldies.
apparently.
He's trying to get some discount.
Yeah. Anyway, how was it? Thank you very much for that. Well,
Sure. Yeah.
can't ask how breakfast was
We-
because we haven't had any.
Yeah,
No.
just coffee and
So
tea for
it's
now.
up to you to close it out.
Yes. So thank you, Ali, for coming in. This was really very neat and very precise sort of a podcast that we've had. And I'm sure you're going to motivate a lot of university students
Hopefully.
to start their own thing. But like you said, do you think that work experience is important for them?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I think what's exciting about working at Unipal is you get to speak with the top people in the market. So just recently, we've launched Caribou and Jasmine's.
Right.
Just I think this week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get to meet these multimillionaire businessmen, let's say.
Okay.
When you try to talk to them, you meet with banks,
Hmm.
you meet with investors. So there's so much opportunity for you to expand your networking just by working at Unipal.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see exactly how a company went from 0 to 1, which is where we are,
Yeah.
You see how we're growing. So
Yeah.
if anyone has any ambitions of starting their own business, why not
Yeah.
join Unipal and see exactly how it's done,
Right.
and then apply, take what you can and apply it into your own business.
That's
Absolutely,
great.
yeah.
That's actually pretty generous of you to
Sure. Yeah.
say. Excellent. So thank you all for watching, and this was Ali Al Shaer, the co-founder of Unipal, and we thank him for coming here today.
And if you're a student, join Unipal.
Yes,
It's
download
free.
the app.
Yeah, just-
Yes, and merchants should also consider Unipal as a very formidable force in the market, and you see they're expanding so quickly and going to Saudi as well. So here's your chance to be a part of something really big, myself included. Yes.
Definitely.
And so you can catch this podcast on our YouTube channel at MH Consultants. And for regular updates, please follow us on Instagram at mhconsultants_Bahrain. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Ali.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Thank you.